Okay, we're Touhou. That's what. Yes, Touhou. Let's do the Touhous today. Today we have dimly dreamt lotus flowers with those. Let's go. We would it be the yay? You can be all quiet. I can be all silent. No, I'm supposed to be loud. Well, relatively loud. Anyway, we got the green hair. What the green hair is? Hit Shift A to replace the font and change text scaling. Okay. Default. That's fine. It's fine. So force. We're just gonna not do any of that. Text scale. Yeah, let's do some good scaling. Basic scaling. Nah, that's fine. This is good. That's fine. Oh, that's very convenient. I like that. Okay, this is a fan-made video game not affiliated with or endorsed by the original creator, Touhou Project, original concept, characters, but the property of Zuru, Team Shaka, Alice, blah 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 blah. Okay, other preferences. Full screen. It's fine, maybe. Okay, no, this font is a bit annoying. Can we do? No, that open dyslexic. That's fine. Okay, I think it's a bit too big. There we go. I think that's fine. Sure, let's go with that. Music volume's fine. Text speed is fine. Let's start. Oh no, it's okay. No, oh no. For this reason, the great. What? No. Okay, no, this is bad. I return. No. Return. No. Let's. Yep. Is good. Exit the gate. Exit the gate. Okay. Fucked up with the things. Okay. I should. Okay. Okay. Well, please support the official series. There we go. That's the thing I missed about previously. Okay. Alright, can we. Let's. Hopefully it's not too big. Because that was a bit silly. Okay. For this reason, the great man dwells in the thick and does not rest with the thin. He dwells in the fruit and does not do something. Anyway, we got a presidential announcement or something. Someone, hello, you could. Wait, is she the judge? Wait, was she the judge? I think she might have been. No, that was someone else. Good evening. You all may know me as the substitute this past week for Professor Okazaki. I've been teaching botany, a topic on which I am incredibly overqualified for, to idiots younger than you, but still very much similar to you. A few nervous chuckles break throughout the auditorium. Good job. Okay, I think we need to be smaller still. I think that's fine. But enough of the customary good mature teasing. I am here because Professor Okazaki is returning today. Yeah, I like the spread. I like the smile. That kind of smile. TV's good though. As is stated in the faculty handbook, she wrote and doodled over, because clearly not even she could have handwriting that horrendous. I must give a presentation to report to the faculty and administration exactly what I did as substitute for Professor Okazaki. This is that presentation, a post-mortem to my short time here, or a retrospective of sorts. You might also be wondering why I've invited select students to attend this presentation. I will be getting to that. Please do not leave your seats throughout this presentation. This should be brief. Okay. Dead plants, that's sadness, and she's angry. There I was, 1 week ago, naive, unsure of what I was looking at. What the hell am I looking at? Spring. It was the season for blooming petals, and I had come to one of my second favorite flower fields in Gensokyo. This used to be a gorgeous field of sunflowers, flowering red buckwheat, growing ever so softly towards the sky blue. Tell me, fallen fauna, by whose footsoles were you trampled? The plants speak. Sent by a scientist, you say? I think I might know who this is. Very well then. I will have to wait until the next spring to enjoy your company, young flowers. In the meantime, I think that woman's bones would make for good fertilizer. Yeah, don't piss off the nature fairy things. They have power over literally like all the surface world effectively. I really love that sprite though. Pixel sprite, like it's absolutely gorgeous. When I first laid eyes on the school, I found its exterior to be less than appealing to me. What? Now, I'm no stranger to different architectural sensibilities. I've had the privilege of owning mansion myself, but we all ought to admit. The hell am I looking at? This school is very out of place for Gensokyo. It looks like typical, like, European, just concrete slab thing. So yeah, very accurate, it's that. Gaudiness aside, this is absolutely where that outsider is. Now to call her out here.
Miss?
One of the students, a blonde girl in white, rushed out to greet me.
It's so good thing you're here on time. Do you need directions?
I think you have the wrong person, dear.
You're the substitute teacher, right? I can show you to your class.
Well, you could do. Make an entrance. She's gonna make an entrance. She's confident lady. That won't be necessary. After all, I've got a landmark, don't I? A sunflower, each bell the size of a desk, grew out from beneath the stunned student and lifted them into the air. The flower tilted to one side and then the student rolled off, falling onto the soft grass as the sunflower grew to eclipse the building. Hell yeah, that's one hell of a fucking entrance. Run along then. Save your drill for someone who cares.
I care.
Always with the jokes.
Can't help it when the situation's smelling funny.
You know what about smelling funny, little Miss Thief.
Thief, I can't believe you try to slander me like that. I prefer to be called Robin Hood.
Because you take from the rich and dress poor.
How you wound me. Though given you were living it up in a mansion before, not wrong about the first half.
Cut to the chase, Marissa. I need to see that scientist friend of yours.
Oh, I'd tell you where you Mimi is if I knew, but she's not here.
And I'm to believe you're not lying when you've lied about who you got your oh-so-original Master Spark from?
Yeah, because I'm not lying.
Does you can believe her?
No, obviously. Why the fuck should she? So, does that mean... Yike.
Then I hit her really hard. From the earth you came, to the dirt you'll bite. Then she was gone, just like that. Is what I want to say happened, but we do have spell card rules for a reason. Fine then, if you're not going to concede here, shall we duel?
Every spell card duel begins with a misunderstanding, they say. I'm not gonna even try to explain myself then. Let the bullets do the talking.
Let's. Of course, the scientist really wasn't there, and by the time our battle ended, I had taken much of my anger out on the blonde punching bag. I vowed to return. Justice would come back around for the field one way or another, and I had long-term plans to make Yumemi pay. But in the meantime, it was just me and a field that needed nurturing and healing now. But that didn't really happen, otherwise I wouldn't be here to talk to you all, would I? And yet here I am. I don't understand how or why. I hope you can in time. Best of luck. Oh, okay. Left on your own. Fair enough, that's one of the endings. Ending was fair enough. Alright, I could... Sure. Okay. Relax. I'll relax, okay. Where's his face? Alright, sure. Go back. Oh, wait, what? How do we just start over? Or just go to, okay. Alright, let's just start over again. We could do... Okay, we already see this stuff. Okay. Anyway, let's go back to try. See, the correct choice, obviously we got the unusual element. Okay. Let's remember. Okay. Oh, you could do. She'll make it. She will absolutely still make it. Let's do. That's one of those things we have to utilize the things, and let's still make it a bit. There we go. Oh, I don't think that changed anything, but she's still gotta make an entrance. We're gonna make an entrance and be I really love this. Like, this is a great art style. Anyway, fine. We're gonna believe Marissa this time. Yes, Marissa can be trusted sometimes. You know.
Eh? So does that mean?
Fine. So she's not here?
No, but I'm figuring out where she went.
I see. Any leads?
Well, I was trailing your fan until...
The student was crawling to her feet, awestruck at gaze at Yuka's newly ground sunflower.
Wow, miss, you're incredible. What kind of magic is that?
The fool doesn't realize who I am.
We're pretty sure all the humans in this school aren't from Tokyo. I'll leave the two of you to it then. Don't mess this up, Teach.
Don't call me... And she's gone.
The student approached Yuka, only slightly rattled. I hope you haven't got off on the wrong foot. Would you like to show you the way?
Yes, that would be very helpful. After tuck her away, that is.
Yuka pointed to the giant flower. Led by the student, Yuka entered the building.
It's very...
modern, isn't it?
The student leading Yuka to her class held the door open for her, letting her get a peek inside.
The substitute's here.
Finally, I don't think there's enough time for... I thought we were excused if we were late.
She's kind of ugly with that weird outfit.
Oi! What's happening? Is it a test?
Hey, Teach, how about we get a move on before lunch is on?
It was at this moment that I shot a glance at Marissa, then took the time actually to pick out individual faces from the crowd. There was Marissa Kirisame, cooled down from our earlier encounter. Sitting next to her was Alice Margatroyd, hatchling spawned from Makai, and the relatively reasonable one of the three. Last was Reimu Hakure, sitting in the back, with a glint in her eyes staring back at me. She seemed to be itching for a fight. That or the stupidity of her face got to me. One of the two. While I was and forever will be confident in my ability to subdue our militant shrine maiden, I am a person who can play along. It makes encounters more interesting. I put on my most polite smile and... I'm afraid there will be no tests or lectures today, class.
Barely contained cheer erupted throughout the room.
Instead, we'll be having an icebreaker.
Barely contained sighs and groans erupted throughout the room.
You there in the red and white, introduce yourself and tell us an interesting fact about yourself. I could be patient as long as it meant seeing these three flounder.
I mean, you know, fair enough. Nature is patient. Nature is the most patient thing ever.
Me?
Yuka's smile grew just that bit wider.
You heard me.
There were barely stifled giggles from Marissa's seat as Reimu gaped. Her hand went to her go-ahead and glared to Marissa before she realized the class had its eyes on her.
Well, I'm Reimu Hakure. I'm a shrine maiden. Interesting facts. Stand up first. Make sure the class can see you, Miss Hakure.
She's enjoying it.
What was that now? Nothing.
A lull fell for a moment as Reimu collected her thoughts.
We haven't got all day, Miss Hakure.
Well, that's, I guess, I'm ambidextrous. Marissa then broke out into laughter, unfazed by Alice's glance and Reimu's melting glare. I can't. She's really the teacher. They hired her.
You're up next, Blondie.
Oh, there's two Blondies. Oh, crap.
The rest of our time left in the class went swimmingly. Some of you may think I was overly hostile, judgmental, and sadistic on my first day. To that I will say, that's all. A sign of my excellent restraint.
I love her. She's great.
Afterwards, the trio pulled me aside.
What do you think you're doing exactly, Yuka?
I think you'll find I'm doing exactly as people ought to expect of me. Terrorizing and intimidating the young and innocent?
Invading Tokyo?
Standing in the middle of a field for hours at a time? I've not those stints this morning. You know how routines get. I'm merely here to take a debt owed. You?
This school just showed up earlier today. Apparently it's memories from that student, from what the students keep saying. Been like that since that, huh? The scramble for a wish, exploring those ruins.
Marissa glanced back and forth between all of us. I wasn't there. Neither was I.
Great times. Right, anyways, we're just here to find her. They've been noise complaints from Humin village about what they're getting up to here.
Plus all the students, like I said, they're not from the village. They don't even know they're in Gensokyo. We're thinking this is a major breach of the barrier.
Except the bear is entirely untouched. But there's otherwise no evidence of anything done other than some disturbances caused by the school. A flicker of something worse nearly escaped me. I paused. I was angry. I was here for retribution. But I'd do no wrong to anyone who didn't deserve it. I would not lash out needlessly. Other than the flower field they destroyed. That's new. It's how I found out about this wretched place. In any case, we'll keep it in mind. We're going to keep attending as students until we figure this out. Good. And now we'll be looking for you, Mimi.
Marissa chuckled. Yuka, who do you think you were substituting for? She's out for the week. No one told you, Professor. Yuka snarled. Marissa and Reimu stepped back instinctively.
This charade is about absurd and I've apparently no reason to be here. Good day to you all. I stomped my way back through the hallway. I was turning the corner before Alice caught up to me. Don't you think you're missing an opportunity? An opportunity to what? If you stick around, which by the way would be easy given the students have already accepted the fact that you're their teacher, you could just sit tight for a week and Yumemi will walk right into you. No messy incidents, no plotting. I could lay a trap. Exactly. A tempting offer, but I don't think I'll need any tricks to deal with that flout. I'll find her myself. Once more, I turned away and... for Shiki's sake, are you scared of something? What? You talk to humans less than I do, and I live in the poisonous swamp of a forest. You've barely talked to anyone other than us three after leaving your mansion in Mugenkan years ago. They're beneath me. Besides, I talk with medicine. She's one kid. That hardly proves anything. Look, this is the first time I've seen you talk with humans without it being some kind of underlying threat or overlying threat. This could be good for you. Alright, underlying and overlying threat, it's just a threat, but sure. And besides, even if she isn't here, this is her school, her possessions, her office. They'd all be here. If you're going on a crusade, why leave? Before anything else, I have one last thing to say. It's a week. Just a week. At least come in tomorrow and give it a shot. I do not agree with your points, Alice. But I consider you to know me better than most. Very well. I'll play along. Thank you. That's all I'm asking. I'll be back tomorrow. Goodbye, Alice. Goodbye.
Do you want to continue? Yes? Let's do that. Game saved. Next day. Next day, flowers. Lots of flowers. Beautiful flowers.
Good morning, my dears. Indeed, quite a terrible act was inflicted on your brethren. I have my plans. I do hope you eagerly await the fruits of my labor.
Fascinating character this is.
I am back here again. Alice may be a busybody, but she means well enough. The only question is if I'm actually going along with this or if I should at least get some fun out of this. And after all, I should get something in return for what I give them.
What does you could give them? Sunflowers, matter of fact, or sunflowers schemingly. That's a tough choice. That's one of the toughest choices I've ever encountered anywhere, honestly. Matter of fact, sunflowers or scheming sunflowers. Ooh. What? I want to know what scheme. Oh, but have they done anything? No, I want to know what scheming sunflowers are.
Oh, fine then. Alice is so insistent on me interacting with weaklings. Sure, no problems there. Especially if I get a chance to shut them up. Good morning, class.
Teach?
Teacher. It's teacher, not teach.
Right, so teacher, why are we here?
I don't see why not. It's a perfectly nice place to have our class today.
Marissa took a look at the students around her, confused but unaware they were on the territory of a dangerous, powerful yokai. Sure.
If there are no further questions, let's begin, shall we? I'd like for us to go over some botany.
She's really good at that. She made jive. Wait, no, it's still there. Isn't magic from not botany?
You'd think Professor Okazaki would have taught you better. Botany is the study of plants, and though we might call some things we do as being magic, that doesn't mean it can't be both.
Good point.
Let's talk about one kind of plant in specific, actually. The sunflower. I sweep my arms around to gesture at the garden, each sunflower standing tall. We all know that plants go facing towards the sun, seeking sustenance, seeking the good source of life. But were you aware they also react to other things? The sunflowers around us began to turn their faces towards my lecture. Chemicals, sounds, temperature changes. The students began to react, gasping, pointing. Disease, infection, parasites. You could hear the chill going down their backs when they heard that. And here you are, a group of flower-trampling, clumsy-limbed mouth-breathers who trample where they please. A question for participation points. Who are the parasites here? Alice got up, worried as she so often is when around me. Hold on, you can't. Do not waste the time of the class, Miss Margatroyd. Answer the question or sit down. ... If no one will answer the question, then let me give a hands-on demonstration. The sunflowers rushed, rapidly surrounding the students, stems twisting towards the sky. The students seemed to be getting the picture by then, the situation dawning on their gaping faces. Stop it! Oh, does one of our own have an answer? Save for the spell cards, Yuka. Fine then, shall we duel? 3 spell cards. Don't touch any of the students or I'll exterminate you. But of course, it was just a demonstration. By the time our battle ended, I had taken much of my anger out on the Shrine Maiden. But the human students seemed to understand by then instinctively what kind of being I am. They didn't have to wait for my permission to start running away. That, of course, ended my brief teaching career. My retribution on Yumemi would have to wait for another opportunity. But that didn't really happen, otherwise I wouldn't be here to talk to you all, would I? And yet here I am. Alright, let's load. Let's load it back up. No, load. Give me the load button. Alright, fine. Scheming sunflowers were cool. She got to be an evil Yuka. I absolutely love evil Yuka. It's great. It's absolutely the best, honestly. She's so awesome. I love her. Alright, let's just give matter-of-fact sunflowers this time. Oh, fine then. Alice is so insistent on me interacting with humans. Sure, no problems here. Genuinely. But what am I even teaching? Good morning, class. Teacher? It's teacher, not teach. Sure. If there are no further questions, let's begin, shall we? I'd like for us to go over some botany.
She real good. She made a giant flower bulb yesterday. We know it's still there. Wasn't magic not botany?
You'd think Professor Okazaki would have taught you better. Botany is the study of plants, and though we might call some things we do as being magic, that doesn't mean it can't be both. Let's talk about one kind of plant in specific, actually. The sunflower. I brought out a potted sunflower I had prepared for that day. We all know that plants grow facing towards the sun, seeking sustenance, seeking the good source of life. But were you aware they also react to other things? The sunflower began to turn its face towards my students. Chemicals, sounds, temperature changes. The students began to react, gasping, pointing. Disease, infection, parasites. They took to my sense of humor well enough, earning me one of 2 very polite chuckles. They are living things just like any of you, smarter, more articulate than you could imagine. Has anyone here heard of the language of flowers?
1 or 2 heads, what up?
In the back row.
It's the use of flowers, symbolism, poetry, and letters, telling things without saying them directly.
Not entirely wrong, but it extends past use of flowers. Rather, it is the language that flowers themselves use. Today, I'll be teaching you all to learn to listen, not to me, but to the flowers. If you can learn to hear their voices, there may be hope for you yet. And really, I was taking Alice's plea on this. A week of my time is a valuable thing, you understand. Unless there were results, I would not wait. Split off into groups of 3. Pick your members yourself. You're old enough not to need to be babied. I've brought one sunflower for each group, and I want you all to try and discern what your flower is telling you.
That's crazy. We're listening to flowers talk now. Oh, we're learning magic, are we? Magic that can't be understood is the distinguishing from... It can't be understood, not can't, you dolt.
Do not harm any of the flowers. You will pay your debt if you do.
Marissa and Alice and Rainbow instinctively shivered.
Now get to it. We'll discuss the results in 15 minutes.
Hey, Teach, I think my flower's broken.
I'm not getting anywhere with this.
Rainbow was the only one out. The 3 still taking the assignment seriously at this point.
Listen to their voice. She was staring at her group's potted plants so hard you'd think she'd burn a hole.
I guess you'd be pretty used to this kind of thing, Rainbow.
Marissa, shut up. Let her focus. I've got nothing. Let's wrap this up, class. Return to your seats. After that, the session continued on. For the most part, no one felt they managed to hear the sunflowers' voices. But
aren't you thinking pretty? I wonder if they could sense radiation. For your sake, I hope they don't test that. I don't know how much our substitute was joking. Actually, just can't call a substitute for... I don't know about you guys, but I think my sunflower could hear me.
There was more enthusiasm than I had expected. Still, I had made my decision. What a waste of time.
Where does you could go? I have no fucking... I don't know. But let's save where we're going. Exit school, go to the faculty, go to the auditorium, go to our classroom right here. Let's go to the faculty room. Yeah, let's go to the faculty room.
Ah, looking for something?
I was just wondering where Professor Okazaki's teaching materials are. I was hoping to take a look at them. And destroyed so I'd see the look on her face when she returns.
She didn't share with you. Odd, but she has her own office. It's around the corner behind the keypad. Did she tell you the passcode?
No, I believe I was too late to catch her before she left.
Well, that's a shame. For all she gushes about technology, her office, her phone, she's a difficult person to contact. You know her better than me, probably. It's a 4-digit code. You can't be that hard to guess, right?
Sure.
Okay. Go to the auditorium. No, we're gonna go... Yeah, let's go to the auditorium then.
It's where we are now, but at that time it was empty. Nothing of importance here.
Okay, never mind. Let's go to her classroom. We just left there.
I walked over to the classroom, opening the door. Empty.
Looking for something?
Oh wait, no, it's you. She rolled her eyes at that one. I have a name you can use, you know. Most people do. Yeah?
I love this. Yuki just does not give a shit.
Are you looking for something? Nothing in particular. Okay. When I said I had nothing during the activity earlier, I meant I didn't hear anything. I did feel something. Is that so? It was a passing sensation, just an instant. Nearly nothing, really. Still, I'm looking forward to your next class. I see. Thank you for telling me that, Reimu. And then I left without waiting for a response, her footsteps in the opposite direction from mine.
Okay. Alright, let's go to the Mimi's office. Let's see.
Here we are. I gotta say, it looks like any other door I've seen. Except for the keypad, that is.
Does you enter passcode? Ah, sure. Fuck it. Enter 4-digit passcode. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And that should be wrong. Great. Oh, and would you look at that? It's locked me out. Wonderful.
Okay. Okay, fine. We'll load back up. Let's... Okay. Auditorium has nothing. Faculty room. We learned about her offer. We learned about the thing. Go to the crystal. Let's have a little chat with Reimu. You know, get a little positivity here. Let's wait here then. A little bit.
Yeah, it's exhausting. Hamming it up for so many people? I stood there, leaning against the wall, not sure what I was waiting for, when a cup of tea with my name was at home.
Totally normal janitor.
Huh? You're the new substitute teacher?
I of course did not deign to turn my head to look at whoever was talking to me.
Young'uns, no respect for us elders. You mind stand somewhere else so I can clean? Suit yourself, whippersnapper.
Okay. I have no idea then. We didn't get like the odd terms that could give us anything.
I mean,
Where were we? I guess we're gonna exit the school? But I have no idea what the thing might even be.
I left the school not assuaged, but feeling a little lighter.
D1 confirms it, sure. Game saved next day.
Good tidings. I believe I'm planting seeds germinating in those miscreants. In time, I will turn even Yumemi's own students against her. I will take great pleasure in seeing her downfall as well. Next few days, technically, but I spent those days doing the same thing. Teaching. I learned that this wasn't necessarily a normal school with my time here. Well, normal as far as circumstances could allow. It was specifically a school merging outside world education with magic. Now, I've no experience with the former, but when it comes to magic, I think of myself as being well above average. Things did get tense from time to time. Are you just dense or what? Was your brain replaced with wool? We've put that behind us since then.
I love these cuts, this is brilliant.
You sicken me the way you treat the forest. You. That one too. You. I like to think I did a lot of going as a person.
The comedic timing is fucking brilliant as well.
The students kept attending, for the most part, which was a surprise. Professor Okazaki was apparently equally eccentric as I was. Part of what convinced people I was the real substitute. Which only made it more odd that the real one never showed up, if there ever was one.
just berating Marissa all the fucking time.
The care of flowers should not only be to ensure their appearance, but to ensure they are fulfilled. To prolong the life, to let it bloom and thrive, to not allow harm to come to it. I had neglected to look into the destruction of the field that precipitated my arrival here. And for what reason should I have? It was obvious who was at fault. Perhaps I should have looked into it. Any questions, class?
A few hands would help to me to get to all of them in the time left. Notably, one of the hands belonged to Raymu, another to Marissa. Who does you can answer a question from? Ooh, another super tough question. A legit tough question. Choice. Well, normal students, Raymu, Marissa. Okay, let's pick Marissa's brain. I want to hear what she has to ask.
Yes, Miss Kiri-sama?
So, without picking out flowers from the forest paths,
I'd expect picking flowers to mean devastating the forest when coming from your mouth, Miss Kiri-sama. That's a bad thing, yes, if that was your question.
but what if I using them to make something good, like medicine?
Like a disastrous alchemical explosion?
You hear that?
Well, if a flower is nearing the end of its lifespan, then that would be the time to consider such things. But we have to be able to tell the difference between a flower whose care has been neglected and one coming to its natural end. The first will... Soon, however, exams would come. Now I'm talking about their midterm exams. Halfway mark. No, it's not as dramatic a climax as final exams. But who would allow an untrained substitute that late into the semester to dictate the class? Especially one who has no idea what they're learning or even what subject she's taking over for. Professor Okazaki would allow such an untrained substitute. That's who. The final exams would come soon, and I was entirely unprepared.
Please, you gotta tell me how you did that jive sunflower. I'd kill to know how. It'd be impressed so much.
The final exams were to be a presentation of your best magic, whether it be the most perfected, most flashy, most personal, most elegant. Kill, you say?
That's right, so you see, I'm trying to get a good score in the math section of our rubric based on last.
Bar, Professor Okazaki's masterstroke last year, of course. Please just stop talking. Oh.
Okay, there's the excited. Okay, now what?
Now what? What?
Now what do you want me to do? If it means a good grade, I'll do anything.
Well, first off, you're still talking, and second, I'll need you to turn around, face the door.
Sure, done.
Then walk outside and leave. Come back tomorrow.
God, I'll do my best.
And that's why you're my favorite student. She left soon after.
Having trouble with the kids, miss?
I still don't believe I've gotten your name.
That's because I haven't given it. And yes, I didn't expect consultations. I'd have thought the buggers, given how happy they are when class ends, wouldn't want more.
Well, I'm sure they feel they need any advantage they can get this late into the semester. Has taken over Professor Okazaki's magic physics class, causing the issues.
Magic physics. We're teaching botany.
No, absolutely no issues. I soon realized an issue. Class, given your final exam is in 2 days, I've come to a decision.
Revolution. Obviously, students teach students. What does Yuka propose? Obviously, revolution.
We are going to walk out of the upcoming exam. There will be no exam so long as there are no teachers or students to take it.
No exam, let's go. But how will this affect the economy? Who cares about the economy? Anarchy. That's not what anarchy means. Literally means I'll beg y'all to shut up. Teachers aren't on this. Who exactly are protesting then? Principal, I guess. Do we have principal?
Supervisor Okazaki, is she the founder?
Yeah, but she was fired.
What's happened is the test.
Dude, you ask that every time you have class. Stop saying like playing out slant.
Are we clear on this?
No?
Good. This is a terrible decision, Yuka. Have you thought this out at all? You could tip Yumemi off that something's wrong.
Worse than that, this means no Libronomics class at 3:30.
You've never attended that class.
That's it. The time slot is perfect since it's taught by the school's main librarian.
Ah, of course.
I'm in and out with a stack of books before the replacement can arrive. It's a way easier target than the Scarlets.
Marissa, they lend those books out for free. And also, could we bring this back to the topic at hand? You're creating chaos. The students are out of control. It's about the same as how they react in the school in the human village. But those are kindergartners. Exactly.
Ray pointed at the class, arguments in very small pockets melding into a cacophony of voices.
Kindergartners. I'm glad you all see it my way.
Let's take this outside if we're actually going to talk. I'm getting a headache from listening to this.
So? What do you mean, so? Weren't you the one, Alice, that said I had to interact with humans more? I've been doing exactly that, and see how it ended up. Chaos and rage directed at one another, treating each other like how they treat the rest of the nature's providence. I simply let them be as they are.
I can't... You know what, Yuka? I'm not even going to argue with you. You've determined you're right, and that's all that matters to you. Not the students, not me, and certainly most of all, not the flowers you act like you're the sole representative of for.
I quite literally am. I am a flower yokai.
Not from the beginning. You just took it up as another face for yourself. You don't seem to think of this as different from playing with your food.
And frankly, I'm done trying to work with you on this. Is that some kind of middling threat? I'm genuinely confused here.
Is the opposite of one. You're not my concern anymore.
Oh, for your mother's sake, Alice. You know fully well that what they've done, the thousands of lives beneath their feet, taken carelessly, thoughtlessly.
You don't know that. Is each person here personally responsible? We haven't had any activities, school events, or learning materials that would imply the students are taught to do such things.
Why do you keep taking your anger out on whoever's within arm's length?
Should we really be here?
I say we stick to the sidelines for now. You keep telling me to be mindful, to be considerate. Why, when so few will give the plants, give me that same chance? It's hypocrisy to demand of me so much when you don't speak the same way to those children. I speak that way to you, Yuka, because you are my friend. I'm not sure what response she was looking for, but Alice sighed deeply then. To a degree I did, and still do, understand what she was getting at. Stubborn as we could both be. I suppose it's not a problem if the students don't pass their class. Only if it turns into trouble for the rest of the Gainsokyo.
You did kind of start a shouting match back there. That's noise disturbance at minimum.
Humans could do well to be quieter. Well, let's try and contain this before it erupts into something worse. I was serious about there not being an exam. I've seen their curriculum. It's all useless, extraneous topics. Who would ever need to know how to file taxes when Gainsokyo has no taxes? Agreed, if only they taught more important things like geography and linear algebra.
Are we doing a bit? Who uses those things?
Me.
Why?
For my dolls and... My dolls? They're all named after cities. Did you never notice?
Well, you did name one of them Horai.
That's a mountain. The elixir is named after the mountain.
I think I just didn't think about it because it's a funny name.
Do you actively try to be an idiot, Marissa?
I don't have to try. Skills just come naturally to me. That's not a compliment, Marissa.
This is going nowhere. You're clearly more invested in these students' education than your attitude lets on. If you care about their exam, then do you have a plan, a next step? Yes, I just need to ensure certain people are convinced the exam is unnecessary or that they would rather not go at all.
Who does Yoko convince? Faculty? I don't know.
I'll talk with the actual teachers, see if I can't twist their arms into dropping this exam business entirely. Okay, don't actually twist their arms. It's just a figure of speech.
I mean, sure, I'll...
And repeat it back to me, slowly.
Yeah, no exams again, now let go of my arm. Yeah, of course, she's literally twisting their arms. I love you, because she's fucking great.
I'm glad to report to you all that the other teachers and I have come to a consensus regarding your exams. There will be no final exams.
I'm happy to have a substitute who's so forgiving, guys.
Right. Forgiving. As you all know, the exams were to be called off the next day. Not just that, but the faculty of the school went on a walkout in protest of what they called my heavy-handed approach. A shame, really. It coincided with today, and so I'm sorry you couldn't be here today.
But that didn't really happen, otherwise it would be... Okay. Alright, fine, let's talk to the students. I think I fucked up earlier anyway, but whatever.
Thinking about it, I don't even need to talk to the teachers, do I? So long as there are no students, there's no one to fail. Then they'll just fail everyone. Does it mean anything at that point? Well, yes, they'd be held back a year. But so would everyone else.
And so nothing would change. Not a bad idea.
They'd still have to repeat a year. We could use the same tactic to stop them from repeating a year. That might actually work.
What?
This all seems ill-planned out.
I mean, it's not planned out at all.
Stick in the mud as usual, Alice. Don't worry, I'll handle everything. As you all know, the exams were to be called off the next day. The students were ecstatic, but the faculty were deeply worried. Rightfully so. Worry no longer, for you now know the truth of how and why. But before anything else, let me finish and judge me how you will. I did what I did. I need to talk to the other teachers.
Where does Yuka go? I still haven't got a clue about Yumebi's office passcode at all. We're just gonna overwrite the thing, sure. Sure. Alright, let's go. Okay, let's go to class again.
Fancy seeing you here. Oh, nice to see you too, Yuka. If you have a question to ask, you can always ask me. You can tell. I've been around you long enough to. Sometimes you act before you think, but other times you just don't know who to talk to. If it's about the exam, the flower field, your garden, or anything at all, you can always ask. Thank you. I'll think about it. That's good. And you? Is there anything you'd want to share with me? Not at the moment. Then I'll be seeing you tomorrow, Alice. Goodbye, Yuka.
She got away here, but totally over. You ever see anything like it?
Caught up in my own waiting, I did not respond.
When the students are out, this place is a lot prettier. Of course, that's 'cause of me. See you in January, grass hair.
Classes don't even end in... And she's gone.
Guard auditorium, there should be empty again.
No one here.
We seem to be running into each other a lot.
Oh. It's a school and we both go to the same classrooms. I'm not sure we could avoid each other if we tried. I'm sure you'd manage. How was the lecture today? I'm a bit sad I didn't get my question answered. Well, I can't exactly bend to all of your wills at once now, can I? I'm rather outnumbered, you must understand. Do you think cutting a few down to size could help with that?
Don't go for Marissa. She needs the blood to live.
And you don't?
I'll borrow some from Marissa.
I don't suppose us Yoka count for that then.
I'm sure a little pain can't hurt.
It most assuredly can and does. And bisecting a person in two isn't a little.
Not for most.
You're not going to ask about the exams?
I'm choosing to trust you on this. For now.
Thank you, Reimu.
No problem. Hey, and I wanted to ask if you saw Yumemi's office.
I know of it, if that's what you're asking.
I think there's something important inside. Marissa says we shouldn't try and brute force it, and I'm glad to agree. It seems perfectly in character for Yumemi to have put some measures that'll inevitably bite us in the ass if we try to break in.
Why don't you try to figure it out then?
I'm still trying to talk to the faculty around here. Get any info about some suspicious type in the hallways. Not you, of course.
Right.
Whatever Yumemi has planned is big, like orders of magnitude bigger than we first thought.
Orders of magnitude? You think she might play into that for the passcode? Something grand?
I don't know how grand you can get in 4 digits, but sure, that's probable. I'll be seeing you around then.
Thank you again, Reimu.
Bye, Yuka.
Grand. It's over 9,000? That's the first thought, obviously. But let's go to faculty room.
Miss,
we need to make some last-minute adjustments to the exam.
Adjustments?
To incorporate some recent curriculum changes.
Wait, is there maybe a kid here? Nah, I don't see anything.
It's quite late for those, but even if we wanted to, the exams are automatically printed by Professor Okazaki's wireless printer. Given she's not here, it's too late to make any changes.
But we have pens and blank paper, yes?
Yeah, but I'm not sure what you're getting at.
We write up the exam by hand.
That would take terribly long.
Well, we better get started.
Sure. The next day. Getting closer. Return 3.
I'm sorry I haven't attended to you as much this past week. I've had other seedling taking up my time. I'm sorry. There's just one more thing I have to do after this. I hope you'll understand. I really hope you'll understand.
Aww. Hey, Reimu!
Yeah? Damn, I've been getting way too used to being a student.
Did you review Professor Okazaki's research into the soul? I'm still confused by it. I was hoping you understood better than I did.
Oh, you can explain what you know then, to make sure we're on the same page? And so I'll know what on earth you're going on about.
Sure. So the force of a magical attack is its mass measured in the weight of a soul times acceleration. That means we can derive the weight of a soul if we divide the force of a magical attack by its acceleration. Now we need a way to measure the force of a...
Take your seats and put away anything that isn't a pen.
Oh, you measure it with a ballistic pen.
Now.
The steward sat back down, hesitating, leaving Remo as the exam sheets were passed backwards. Starting exam in 3, 2, what is the formula for the mass of magical attack? E equals MC square MS square. M equals... we just reviewed this. I don't know what A and F stands for. Magical force... I did pay I mean, I could go through history. There we go. I could cheat. I copied. Oh, you just did. I could cheat. I don't know if we made mass the weight of soul times acceleration. Okay, mass times acceleration. I'm guessing acceleration times M. Or sure, B. Let's go, capital B.
I hope I got that right.
With what device do you measure the device of a magical attack? Ballistic pendulum. He was about to say ballistic pendulum. Yeah.
I hope I got that right.
What flower is well known for turning to face the sun? Obviously a sunflower. Duh.
That's a weird one, but it seems pretty easy, no?
Why is the language of flowers? A real language of flower petals, by metaphors, you go how flowers attract bees, the voice of the flower speaking.
Hey, wait a minute.
Who's got past this exam? Is it obvious?
Did Yuka change the exam questions? That's really nice of her. If she keeps this up, I'll have to ask Aku to change her profile in the Gensokyo Chronicle. Assuming this isn't just a plot of hers. I hope it isn't. Besides, she's more of the brute force type anyway. When I arrived at school, I was greeted by one of the faculty members, nervous.
It's you. There's been a development.
I know. Professor Okazaki's back today, right?
Yeah, and you're giving a presentation this evening.
What?
I know, I didn't want to be the one to break it to you, but school policy. Technically she wrote, but still, you have to give a presentation if you substitute for her.
That's absurd.
You can read the handbook if you want to.
They handed me the book and I opened it in front of them. These are chicken scratches.
Legally binding chicken scratches.
Well, alright then. Any requirements on what the presentation should have?
Other than being about your time here, if there are any, it's illegible.
That would make things convenient. I decided to use this opportunity to my advantage. To get Raymond, Maurice and Alice in the same meeting at the same time as Yumemi would only make her defeat all the sweeter. That's how we're here. Now we're back here. Did you get all that, Professor Okazaki?
Oh, she was the janitor. Indeed. Truly a wonderful presentation, Professor Kazumi.
I still don't understand why you'd wanted it.
It's part of a little lesson I learned from my previous professorship. I found it important to know the opinions of others, especially before they make them known forcefully. But enough of that. I understand that the rest of the school who had the fortune of knowing her prior to her chance encounter with our school won't recognize that name. And this is Yokai Kazumi, a powerful yokai.
I think they'd understand at least that much by now after this entire presentation, no?
Try and hold your snark for the appetizers, Fraulein. I have comments after all. You did read the handbook, didn't you? Don't answer that, it's just rhetoric. Let's go over your track record then, shall we? You've said a lot, including things that never happened. Dreams? Firstly, I don't know anything about field flowers.
You lie.
I won my word, Yuka. It's not something I do. I extend my deepest of regrets to you.
Truly. Continuing on. You attacked one of my students.
I'm okay.
You barely even touched my puzzle.
Wait, no. It's you made me explain. You barely even touched my puzzle. Come on, at least put some effort into the game. Now all that aside, if this were yesteryear, I'd ask if you had a wish you wanted granted if you win.
How about you grant my wish now? It's for you to shut your face and eat a spell card.
Why, my dear, it's only if you win. And probability is on the side of rigorous.
Get away from Miss Kazumi. You need to stop Professor Okazaki.
Don't fight. You'll get your ass beat. She's terrifying. Don't try it, Professor. Can we please,
It's kind of cute.
what's happening?
That was a lot of things. I'll read some of those.
No, give me the history. Let's look at the history. She's kind of cute, actually. Okay, get out. Just remain calm. This is getting out of control. Okay, never mind.
Yumeimi's gaze...
Oh, wait, no. There's a narrator speaking.
Yumeimi's gaze went out to a particular souled audience of students, hovering before turning away.
Thank you all, but I can fight my own battles. Shall we then?
Ha! Professor Harvey, prepare however you need. No power can compare the infinite worlds I can pick and choose. You face a challenge you can't even conceive of.
Yoink.
And then I hit her really hard. From the earth you came, to the dirt you'll bite.
Oh wow, this is I can't stop the god book to care for my garden. Oh,
I want to see that. Why did you made me shout as she was being forcefully...
like, oh wow, these are unprecedented velocities. I'm going higher and higher and higher. It's dizzying, terrifying, but I can't stop. I'm going so fast. I can't stop any object motion remains. I'm not stopping. If I look down, I'll get nauseous.
In the time since, I've gone back to the caring for my garden. But I can't help but have some fond memories to look back on from my short time in that school, dreadful as the circumstances were. But that couldn't have happened. Somewhere, something began again. A new start. Your turn, and you'll find things not to be the same.
Okay. They have your back. Your class had your back. Cool. Ah, that's neat. You know what? I'll take that ending. It's been almost an hour, and I have other things to do as well. So, oh, what was this here the whole fucking time? Was that there the whole time? Oh well, who cares? It's just text. Anyway, this was cool. This was very funny. This was exciting, interesting. I love it. Yuka's awesome. I love her. And until next time, then, bye.